This week in GTA Online, we actually have one of the cleanest solo money loops that Rockstar has given us in a really long time here. So if you've ever wanted more or less of a simple grind that you can just fire up in any lobby with no real setups, minimal cooldown headaches, really no commitment here, this is kind of the week to do it. VIP work got a massive buff, and when you combine it with the double money vehicle cargo sales from my Friday guide, you've got a money method that can stack way higher than most people realize. I'm going to be showing you today how to set everything up, which jobs are actually worth grinding, as well as why this little side activity actually becomes one of the fastest grinds in the game when you chain it properly. By the end of this video today, you'll understand exactly why people are hitting big numbers that they didn't even think were possible from something this simple in the game. We're going to be breaking down all that and more today, so thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. Now, before we jump into the main course of today's video, I do just want to highlight that the main moneymaker you should absolutely be no-lifing this week if you have it is still this vehicle cargo warehouse, because with double money on all of the top range vehicle sales, that business is just absolutely insane. I put out a full official deep dive guide on vehicle cargo a couple months ago. I'll have all of that linked on screen in the description as well as in the pinned comment. So 3 different places that you can find it if you want every trick and every mission type explained. But if you just need sort of a quick refresher, I also dropped the money guide on Friday that gives you basically the crash course version, the Cliff's Notes abbreviated version of this business, so you can get up to speed fast for the bonus this week. But today though, we're going to be focusing on the other half of the money meta for this update, which is VIP work that I mentioned in the intro of today's video. With triple money and triple RP, these jobs turn into one of the strongest solo grinds in the game, and when you pair them with this vehicle cargo bonus, you have an incredibly consistent way to break over $1 million per hour without grinding heists or dealing with annoying setups. None of that type of stuff. Even without vehicle cargo, this is really good, because let's say you don't own that vehicle cargo warehouse back there. Doing these jobs will absolutely get you the money that you need to buy that, or just the money that you need to grind before the mansions DLC releases, because let's say you're absolutely broke right now and you do want one of those mansions when they drop. Either way, there's huge money to be made this week with one or both of these money-making methods, and while they're on bonus, you absolutely need to take advantage of them. So again, the real sleeper moneymaker this week is the VIP work, because with triple money and triple RP, you can turn this into one of the cleanest solo loops in the entire game. In theory, there should be no waiting and no cooldowns once you set this up the right way, but it appears that this method that I was trying to do in this video may have been patched. We'll just have to see. So we're going to be running it live, because on paper, each VIP job without a money bonus pays out around $20,000, give or take. With triple money, that's going to jump up to around $60,000 per mission. If you spend less than 3 minutes on it, you can definitely make less than $60,000, because all these missions are built around the 3 to 5 minute payout structure interval. So with an oppressor, a sparrow, or a buzzard, you're just going to be knocking these out in about 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes 2, so just wait till that 3-minute mark. But again, even if we stay extremely conservative, call it 5 minutes per job, $60,000 per mission. In theory, with no cooldown, that's $720,000 per hour. But you don't necessarily only want to farm these back to back. You would actually want to farm these with the vehicle cargo at the same time. Now, the trick with this that I wanted to show you guys was the loop. You chain the right missions in the right order, so you skip their cooldown tiers entirely. And the setup would work in a nutshell like this. Step 1, you start by completing Headhunter, which we're going to do. Then you wait for Hostile Takeover's cooldown to end. So we do Headhunter, then we wait for Hostile Takeover, then we do that. Then we run Hostile Takeover. Then we wait for Headhunter's cooldown to expire again. Then we run another Headhunter. Then we wait for Sightseer's cooldown to end. Then we do Sightseer, and once we do that, the loop completes, and we should be able to then do Headhunter and Hostile Takeover after that, and do a second Sightseer. So Headhunter, Hostile Takeover, Sightseer, all back to back once you complete the first 3, and you should have no cooldown. I just tried doing that and it wasn't working. Maybe I messed up one part of the process, but either way, what I'd recommend is running these missions in between sourcing and selling your vehicle cargo. That's really what this video is about, to show you the fact that you can do these missions for $60,000 a piece, and then also run the vehicle cargo in between as well, and use the time that you're sourcing and selling vehicle cargo when you'd actually have the VIP cooldown timer of 5 minutes per activity. So that way you can not really bypass the cooldown timer of the VIP work, but just do another activity, i.e. vehicle cargo, in the meantime while you're waiting for the VIP work cooldown to end, so you can keep alternating those 2 different money-making activities to keep that money flowing in. Well, I'm on my Oppressor Mark II, and this is how I want to start today's grind. So I'll first register as a CEO here, get started, go to Secure a Serve CEO, go to VIP work, and, you know, like we said off of the list itself, we want to start off this with Headhunter. That's going to be the first VIP work we're going to be doing here to get started with our meta VIP work money-making wave. So we'll start Headhunter. We'll start that up. We want to take a few minutes to do this, but all we need to do is just assassinate the targets. It's super fast, super simple. I mean, literally a monkey can do it. And what I'm going to be doing here is also just on my phone on the side here, setting a timer so that I can keep track of exactly how long this mission is taking me to complete. Because like I said, I don't want to do this too fast, because if we do it too fast, then we're not going to be getting, you know, not the most amount of money possible, but we can be earning more if we just wait like a little bit more time versus taking a fractional amount of time less and earning like a pretty large percentage less money for the actual mission itself. You have 15 minutes to complete this. You know, even if you're driving around in a normal vehicle, this is definitely content you can complete, because we just need to fly to all of these assassination icons and just unalive all these people, unalive all these NPCs. We have 3 targets remaining. I would say probably for the grind, I mean, I'm using my oppressor because I'm just showing you for this video, but probably if you're going to be grinding this all day, you may... Oh, look, this guy's... I'm just actually going to get on. There's no sense in me using my missiles and wasting them. So let me just take this guy out, because I could shoot my missiles. Whoa, that car is going crazy. I could have shot my missiles at the guy, but I would have kept missing, and, you know, obviously the Oppressor Mark II only has a limited amount. So the point of what I was saying there was maybe it would be more beneficial for you to use a Sparrow if you have it. Of course, if you just have, you know, the normal, what is it, the Buzzard attack chopper through your CEO vehicles menu, that also works. I'm using the Oppressor right now just because that's what I have equipped, but maybe between this mission and the next one, I'll call out my Sparrow, because I do want unlimited homing missiles. I would say for this mission, the Sparrow would be better because of the fact you could just spam missiles all day long compared to the Oppressor, which, you know, you will run out of missiles to shoot eventually. But that being said, for the other missions, you're going to have to use like the Sightseer app and other ones where you'll need to land consistently, so it may be better to use an Oppressor for those. Like Hostile Takeover, Oppressor would probably be the way to go. For Sightseer, probably the Oppressor because it's more maneuverable and easier to use. For this one, which is Headhunter, maybe the Sparrow, just because of the fact you'll be using a ton of homing missiles on some of these enemies. That this last guy, I'm pretty sure is going to be in an armored vehicle. But here we are. I mean, we're only 2 minutes through the mission. I don't want to complete this so fast. I just want to wait a little bit longer, get to that 3-minute mark, and then I'll take him out. I could wait until the 5-minute mark. Either way, though, you just don't want to take too long for this mission. So I'll say this. When I did this on stream, I did it in 3 minutes, and I made $61,500. Maybe what I'll do for the sake of this gameplay is I just want to test what it's like 5 minutes in and see if you drag it out to the longer end, how much money you actually make. $61,500 for 3 minutes spent on this activity. Let's see what you get for 5 minutes spent. So I'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Something I was thinking about too is I don't even need my stopwatch because we have a mission timer in the bottom right hand corner, so we're fine. It's 10 minutes. This is 5 minutes from the 15-minute interval that we started on. Now we're good to complete this. This will be 5 minutes for this job, so I'm just going to shoot this guy a couple times, blow him up. Let's complete this. Maybe one more homing missile, 2 more. I mean, wow, this guy's tanking rockets. There we go. $66,000. Okay, so 5 minutes spent, I made $66,000. When I did this on the stream, I took 3 minutes to do it, and I made $61,500. So I would actually say, and I would actually argue that it's better to just complete this 3 minutes. I haven't tried it to complete it as absolutely as fast as possible. Say if I can get it in under 2 minutes, for example, and see what the money is. But, you know, you're making about $20,000 normally with single money, $60,000 on triple, give or take, you know, a little bit more if you take 5 minutes plus. But $61,500 for 3 minutes, I'll take over, you know, an extra basically $4,500 for 66 grand. And I'll spend an extra 2 minutes, almost double the amount of time for an extra $4,500. I'll just complete it in 3 minutes, and that's what I'd recommend you do. All right, so far I'm a total of 10 minutes into the loop. The cooldown has expired on Hostile Takeover, and that is the next step of this process, which is exactly what we're going to be starting up. Now, with Hostile Takeover, you can choose between all these different locations, but you're basically tasked with infiltrating a heavily guarded location, whether it's the LSIA terminal, Merryweather Docks, the military base, or Los Santos City Hall to steal a package or vehicle while waves of armed enemies are trying to stop you. Once you grab the objective, it's just a high-pressure escape and delivery back to the drop-off point. So we could choose whatever we want. What we're going to do, we have LSIA, Meriwether Base, Altruist Camper, Fort Zancudo. I'm going to do LSIA because this is the closest one to us. So I'm just going to fly 2.5 miles over there. And again, we want to complete this, you know, in around the 3 to 5 minute mark. Not too much faster than 3 minutes because you may be sacrificing some money, but realistically 5 minutes is that very, very conservative pace it's going to take you to complete this. And you can see the SecuriServe text. So they actually text us and say, intercept a courier at LSIA and acquire his briefcase. Drop off to be confirmed when you have the case. Warning, the courier will have protection and multiple VIPs could be competing for this contract. If you're in a public lobby, you could, you know, have some adversaries, other players coming after you, but we're just in an invite-only session, so it's totally fine. And the whole point of me showing this is whether you're farming this yourself, you could just do that, or if you're going to farm this in between your vehicle cargo while it's on cooldown, this is also an excellent idea to be doing that. What I'd recommend is start your gameplay grind and get all the cooldowns and get that perfect loop rolling. Then you could do the vehicle cargo in between without ever having to worry about those cooldowns again. So what we're going to be doing is just taking out everyone here. Let's just keep shooting those missiles. That should be, I'd say, good enough. Only a few enemies right there. Not too big of a deal. In fact, I'm pretty sure, actually, I could just drive through this, right? It's been a minute since I've done this. Yeah, you could just fly through and collect the package. You don't even actually need to shoot anyone. You could just fly through. As long as the guy who's holding the briefcase dies, you could just collect it. And that's it. Now we're just delivering the briefcase to the drop-off. By the time we get there, you know, we had 30 minutes on this VIP work total time. We're going to get there at the 27-minute mark, and we're going to be good to go for that $60,000+. All right, here we go. We have 5 seconds left until we hit that 3-minute interval, so I'm just gonna reverse my oppressor in. There we go, $48,000 for 3 minutes on that mission. So I guess Headhunter does pay you out a little bit more for 3 minutes versus Hostile Takeover, but I would say that's why you don't want to rush it. You want to just take that 3 minutes, because if you rush it in the 1 to 2 minute interval or 2 to 3 minute interval before you hit 3 minutes, you may get paid less. So that was step number 3 of our wave method. Now what we want to do is once again go to the VIP work section. Now we once again want to wait for the Headhunter cooldown to expire in 5 minutes. Then we're gonna run that, then wait for Sightseer and run that. All right, we are basically 19.5 minutes into this cycle. That was step number 4, was waiting for Headhunter's cooldown to end again. So step number 5 is running another Headhunter. Let's just bang this out real fast right here. I'm gonna do this one as fast as I possibly can in this video, or you know, this specific mission I'm gonna do as fast as I can, because I actually want to see what we get paid out if we do it in like 2 minutes. Basically, you know, we already did one Headhunter. You saw what it's like. You saw the payout for 3 minutes, but I just want to, or excuse me, 5 minutes. I want to see how long it takes in total. If we do it really fast, because the only other one I haven't showed off is Sightseer, so I want to show you guys that unique mission next, because I feel like that's more important than showing a second one of these, you know? My oppressor missed. That's crazy. That was number 3. Let's go to number 4. We may be able to finish this in less than 2 minutes, which means we're only going to be getting paid for the 1 to 2 minute time interval. I'm curious what this is going to come out to be if we blow this guy up and actually finish this mission. Is he underneath here? Where is he? Oh, he's inside. Hold on. I got to go run in here and take him out, I guess. They're making me get off my oppressor for this. Well, that's actually kind of unique. Oh, no, he's not inside. He's just, like, in the actual grounds of this hotel. So, yeah, let me just whack these 2 guys real quick here. They are just super bullet spongy. This guy's hiding for his life. Boom. 61,500. I don't know the time on that. Did we take at least 2 minutes? Because, yeah, 61,500. So I guess for 3 minutes, it wasn't even 61.5k. I must have done that faster than 3 minutes on stream. I thought it took me 3 minutes on stream. It must have been like 2 minutes 50 something as well. That's crazy. All right, so step number 5 of running another Headhunter is done. Step number 6, wait for Sightseer cooldown to finish. Let's just check the cooldown timer on that. It says unavailable while we're on the shop. For some reason, you can't look it up right away, but let's check out Sightseer. Another 5 minutes. Step 7. All right, this Sightseer mission is on deck next, and once we complete this, we can just go back and basically restart from Headhunter, do Headhunter, Hostile Takeover, and then Sightseer in that order after we complete this Sightseer right here, and the loop will continue. So we need to use the Sightseer app. We need to do this like little data crack first, but with this mission, it's also very, very, very simple to be running here. So once you complete that little hack and that little trick right here, this is what Sightseer is all about. You complete that hacking minigame to get the location of a data package that's somewhere across the map. Then you physically travel, fly or drive to that location, and you collect that package. It's a pure travel mission. It's got 0 combat. It's extremely fast with an oppressor, a sparrow, a buzzard, you name it. we're just gonna bang this out in the Sparrow, I guess, since I'm already in the air. But each package you need to retrieve, you need to do one of those little sightseer hacks for it. So this is definitely the most boring of the three, but it's imperative if you do this if you want to get the wave method to work correctly with 0 cooldown in between on any of these missions. Alright, here we are at package location number 1, and it's going to be somewhere outside of this house, I believe. I forget exactly where, but the GTA Wiki shows you all 78 total package locations. Here, this one is just on the porch, so we grab that, use the Sightseer app, and do it again. Now, I have the cops on me because I flew over the prison, so I got to get away from these guys first, and then I'll do the next hack real fast here. I just want to make sure I can get away from all the gunfire. So let me fly over the Alamo Sea right here. Let's do Sightseer app number 2. We got to search for 7973. There we go, 7973. Retrieve the next package. Package number 2 is in this barn, at least for me, when you're coming to this location, so I'll grab that real fast. I would probably imagine you can grab that off the oppressor as well. Let's use the Sightseer app once again to do this final hack here. I feel like these letters are moving faster than they do in other missions, so if you have trouble with that, take some time, it's all good. We're, you know, basically 4.5 minutes through this. Let's go and get the last package here, and then we're done. The loop is set up. Now, here we are coming up on the final package, and I'll just talk about something real fast here while we do this, because this mission is almost over at this point. Let me just see if I can grab the package with my oppressor. No, I have to actually hop off of it itself, but that's fine. So, mission done, $67,500 in, what was that, 5 minutes right there for that specific Sightseer mission. So now that we've done Sightseer, that's step 8 of the process. So we can run Sightseer, and now if we go and we hit up Secure a Serve and check out VIP work, oh, that's weird. We should have been able to do Headhunter with no cooldown. Well, that is extremely unfortunate. I've been doing this to show you how the wave method can allow you to get rid of cooldowns, and now the whole premise of today's video is kind of ruined because it appears that it doesn't work. Because if you go to Secure a Serve, then VIP work, everything's on cooldown, even Headhunter. What you're supposed to be able to do is, after running all those steps, you should be able to go back. Well, after doing Sightseer, of course, you should be able to do Headhunter again, then Hostile Takeover, and then Sightseer with no cooldowns in between. So I was going to say this is the perfect thing to run in between vehicle cargo. It still is while it's on triple money, but since you're going to have a 5-minute cooldown that you're going to be facing with all these missions anyway, what I would recommend is you run the vehicle cargo sale mission, then do a VIP work. Then you source that car back that you just sold, because then in your 5 minutes that you take to source that car back, your cooldown should come off VIP works. Then you do another VIP work. Then you have essentially 10 minutes right there before you can sell another car anyway, so do some other activity if you want. You can even do another VIP work 5 minutes later, then sell the car, and just keep doing a VIP work in between sourcing and selling a vehicle. That's going to be my advice for the rest of this weekly update. I was really looking forward to get starting with this and grinding it a little bit today just to make some extra money, but it appears that this is patched and maybe has been for a while. I can tell you I haven't run this in forever. I've just done VIP work here and there, but I've never tried to just grind it over and over because it's such simple content. But wow, when did they patch that? Can anyone let me know how long this has been patched for? Because clearly I'm out of the loop. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. We're going to be wrapping things up right here. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day. Drop a like on this video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream earlier, for those who were hanging around, because it was really fun. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow with a brand new GTA 5 Online video. Adios, amigos.